Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hopefully you can see me. We're using the different a different device today, so hopefully you can see me, hopefully you can hear me, and we'll just roll with it and see what happens, right? It's 12:30. That means that you and I have an appointment. It's time to discuss it with Drake, as always. Welcome to episode number 72, and today's quick topic is actually going to be furnace maintenance for beginners. I'm a beginner. You're probably a beginner. I mean, come on. And as you own an HVAC company, you're probably in this beginning status like the rest of us. So, as always, before we get started, if you happen to miss any episodes, all you gotta do is go over to YouTube, click on Drake's Real Estate TV, click subscribe, and you will never miss this important information that I have for you. Okay, so let's get started. Getting ready for winter in advance, of course, is important to make sure that you don't run into major problems once the cold weather actually hits. When is it going to hit here in California? Sounds funny to talk about this because it's been in the 90s the last couple of days. Dreadful. Anyways, there are a lot of places in the home that will likely need some maintenance or upkeep as a part of your winterization process. Of these, your furnace is probably your most important falling behind on the maintenance thing. So you just want to make sure that it doesn't happen at the worst time, meaning right before it gets cold. And getting fixed right in the cold of winter can be both difficult because you can't find anybody to do it, and it's probably going to be expensive because the demand is going to be high, and we all know about that. So, fortunately, there's a lot of furnace maintenance that's actually fairly easy to do, even for people like us. So there are several things you can do if you want to make sure that your furnace is ready for winter. So while the specifics may vary depending on your actual home heating setup and the type of furnace that you have, I just want to give you a couple of basic furnace maintenance tips that you should keep in mind, both in the winter and actually throughout the year. So the first one is just your furnace system cleaning. So there are several cleaning tasks that you should do probably every 2 to 3 months throughout the year, but they're especially important heading into the cold weather after your heating system has probably been off for the last several months, right? So replace your air filter and clean your system's humidifier if it actually has one. If your system has a burner, you should probably clean it and remove any dust or lint or any other debris that could affect its functionality. Take the time to open up your vents. If you can, vacuum out the registers and the ductwork as well, because there's a lot of dust and buildup that actually occurs during the summer. If you don't, we all know what happens when you turn on the furnace for the first time of the season. It smells. Yeah, you can smell that burning sensation, and that's basically the dust just burning off. So in most cases, that's not a big deal, but just be aware of it. You should also take a little time to clean out and test various sensors around your home to ensure that they're working properly. This includes things like smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. You hear about that every single year about carbon monoxide poisoning. So please, if you don't have one, install one, okay? And we could talk about it on a one-on-one basis about where you're supposed to put it. But just make sure that you have one. Because those would be very important in case there's some sort of problem with your heating system. If you use gas heat, of course, having a functional gas detector is also important. So if you don't have one already, please install one. If you do, just make sure that it's clean and working properly so that you're alerted in case there's any potential gas leaks before it becomes dangerous. Okay. Then there's also general maintenance. These are maintenance tasks that you should perform in the lead up to winter as well. So test your thermostat to make sure that it's working properly and it turns off and on at those set temperatures that you like. So what temperature do you like? I like it at about 65 to 68. That's where I'm comfortable. Check to make sure that your blower fans can actually turn on freely as well. If you need to, add a small amount of lubricant just to make sure that they're spinning without grinding or hanging. So that's going to be helpful in advance, right? So visually inspect the components of your furnace just to make sure there's no signs of wear, rust, or damage, because even small cracks it can result in leaks and a more significant damage once the furnace is in full operation. So being proactive is much better than being reactive, and it's usually a lot less expensive too. So also, just check out your registers to make sure that they're open. and enclosed, and in certain rooms. I mean, there's certain rooms that I just shut them because I'm like, okay, I'm never in this room. We don't need to cool that room, right? So check that. You should also turn the furnace and of course, let it run briefly to make sure that it's actually blowing warm air, since a heating problem is definitely something that you want to fix before the snow comes. As Jon Snow once said, winter is coming, and I hope it comes here. Anyways, if you use a house fan as part of your summer cooling solutions, then make sure that it's turned off and closed for the winter so that you don't lose heat from your furnace as well. And if you want to, getting a pre-winter inspection is sometimes a really good idea, depending on your furnace setup. So there may be a lot of components that you aren't able to check to make sure that things work properly. So it actually can be a big job for beginners, so you might want to call in an HVAC company just to check on that. But that's really all I have for you today. I hope you found it useful. I want to give a shout out to Homekeeper today for the information that they provided me, so I can provide that to you. And as always, don't keep me a secret. Share this with everyone you know. And there's a topic that you'd like me to discuss in the future, just let me know. I'll get it on the calendar and we'll chat about it, right? So I hope you have a fantastic week. Be kind to one another, please. Don't forget to live, laugh, and love. And until we see each other again next week, when the next move matters, contact Drake for Homes. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye now.